Oh, we know what we doing. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, we know what we doing. We know what we doing. Hey. Yo, it's your man DU. And this is another episode of Talking Trash. I'm back in the lab. How we do, how we feel. Everything is real. Real quick with some Mongo talk. The Mongo talk is enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the holidays. Have fun. Enjoy your people. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your loved ones. Because by this time, everybody should know what Mongo talk is. If you don't know, you will know, and you will find out sooner or later. But again, you know what it is. It's talking trash. Let's go.
Morning.
Yeah.
Happy.
Oh yeah. Yo, listen. Getting right to it. Because the holidays is still popping off here at my joint. We're gonna talk about the Knicks real quick. The Knickerbockers. I'm loving how they looking. I'm loving how Mike Brown is giving the second year guys like Tyler Kolnick, McCullough, Huck some burn, and the rookie Muhammad Diawara. Diawara looks good. 6'10", long, athletic, likes to go to the hole. Right now, shoots a little too much for my liking, but still, I like how he looked. And yo, Tyler Kolnick. Last year under Thibs, I was calling Tyler Kolnick Michael Emerson. If anybody know who Michael Emerson is from the Lost Boys. Tyler Kolnick was part of the Lost Boys crew. And the Lost Boys crew wasn't getting any burn. Under Tom Thibodeau. He wasn't giving them no burn. Tyler Kolnick was Michael Emerson. You know what I'm saying? They was basically vampires that night. Tyler Kolnick was making $2 million plus, sitting on the bench, getting 2 minutes a game. Or every 2 games where the Knicks would blow somebody out, or they would get them blown out. And Thibodeau will put him in for the last 2 minutes. But right now, this Tyler Kolnick hive is crazy. McCullough came through strong last game. 13 points. I believe 6 or 7 rebounds. Hustle plays. Junior Josh Hart fighting back from a leg injury. Again, a junior Josh Hart, right? I'm not trying to disrespect Josh Hart, but he looked like he shoots better than Josh Hart. And he got a better IQ. Same hustle, better IQ. I don't know if he rebounds better than Josh Hart, but he definitely looked like he shoots better and got a better IQ. Huck Porty, he's getting the same amount of burn from last year. I don't see the progress yet, but he's playing behind Cat and Mitchell Robinson. What you expect? You know, it's gonna be tough this year for her party. Pacome Dadier, I call him Pacome Dudier. Pacome Dadier, no, Pacome Dudier. I think Pacome Dudier is a bust. Pacome Dudier is reminding me of Frankie Ntilikina, Frankie Knuckles. I think he's gonna be on the first thing smoking out of here. Yo, Pacome Dudier. See you soon. Gary, Gershon Ubaselli. I'm not gonna. You know what? Anybody that's a Knicks fan know what they call him. But Gershon Ubaselli, see you later. Besides that, Mike Brown is coaching his butt off. I think he's a top candidate for Coach of the Year. The doubters now is like, yo, was Tibbs holding this team back? Look, we can't disrespect Tibbs. Tibbs created a culture here in New York City with the Knicks when the Knicks was down and not really moving, not really had nothing going on, no motion. Tom Thibodeau created a culture. But Thibodeau is from the old school. He was coaching not to lose his job. He was coaching the veterans. He wasn't putting his trust, any type of trust, in the young players. I mean, he did play some young players. Like the only ones he was playing, and he was the first round pick, was my man R.J. Barrett and IQ, right? Emmanuel Quickly. He played them. But R.J. Barrett was the third pick in the draft. You got to play him, right? You got to play him. That's that old school basketball. But he wasn't going to play Tyler Kolek. He wasn't going to play Pacome Dudier. You know, these guys that's getting drafted late in the draft, second round draft choices, right? He was putting all of his trust into the vets because, yo, I ain't mad at him. He's trying to keep his job. And he was running the Knicks players into the ground. But shout out to Thibodeau. He created a culture here, a winning culture. Mike Brown is coming in, and a lot of people was like, hey, Mike Brown is too soft. Mike Brown ain't gonna get it done. He getting it done. Second place behind the Detroit Pistons, and the Pistons lost last night to the Clippers. So, hey, it's real in the field. They lost last night to the Clippers. The Knicks is like a game or two behind. What are we? What are the Knicks? 22-9 right now? And they started off kind of slow, right? Let me look up the record for the Knicks right now. I think the Knicks is 22-9. They're a game and a half behind the Pistons. Yo, I got the Knicks taking first place in about 2 weeks. It'll be nice. About 2 weeks. It'll be nice. It'll be nice if they could take first place January 5th when we play the Detroit Pistons for the first time this season. And I still got the Knicks over the Pistons this season. Any way you look at it, just because of the playoff experience. I'll put my money on the New York Knicks because of the playoff experience and the culture that Debs created and Mike Brown is just taken to another level. Culture and having playoff experience means a lot. Look at the Celtics. The Celtics is in third place. Everybody thought the Celtics was going to be doo-doo this year. They thought they were going to be doo-doo. But look what the Celtics doing. They're in third place. They're going to make the playoffs. People ain't going to want to see the Celtics. But I love the way the Knicks are playing. I love how they're looking. They're moving fast up and down the court. My man, Jordan Clarkson, come through. He's giving us instant buckets off the bench. Because you know how the Knicks fans are, right? Us Knicks fans, myself included. But the Knicks every year always have a whipping boy. Last year was Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges he played good last year, but he was the whipping boy. This year, he's off the chain. So Knicks fans was adopting Jordan Clarkson as the whipping boy. Like, yo, we going to blame him for every loss. We going to blame him for all our problems. We going to blame him for crime being high in the city. We going to blame him for high taxes. He had another thing coming. He was like, yo, I'm coming from Utah. I'm coming to New York with my style, with my swag, and I'm getting buckets. I'm not passing the ball. I'm straight shooting every time I get it, and I'm giving you buckets. I'm going to be the 2025 version of Vinny the Microwave Johnson on the New York Knicks. And that's what Jordan Clarkson is doing for the Knicks. He had another idea for us New York Knicks fans. I am not going to be the whipping boy. Right now, catching a lot of flack is Cat, but you can't make Cat the whipping boy. Not when he averaging 22 and 13, right? Cat averaging 22 and 13. And people say he's playing bad. Psst, come on. This team right here, this team is strong. I'll put them up. Yo, listen. If we can make it to the finals, if the Knicks can make it to the finals, I'll put them. I feel confident with them going up against OKC. I feel confident with them going up against the Rockets. And there's no guarantee. And look, there's no guarantee that OKC is coming out the West. Because it looked like San Antonio has their number. But we all know the playoffs is a different story. Once they get to the playoffs, the only thing that's going to hurt San Antonio is their lack of experience, right? But still in all, because the Knicks have playoff experience, because this is a tough team, they don't seem like a tough team, right? They seem like a bunch of computer nerds on the team. Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Cat, but these dudes got dog in them. Deuce McBride, dog. OG, dog. Seem like a nerd, but he's a dog. Tyler Coley, dog. Part of the Lost Boys last year, but this year he's a dog. Yo, the Knicks got a bunch of dogs, man. Jordan Clarkson got that dog in him. You feel me? So I'm like, I definitely like their chances if they can make the finals. You know, I see them coming out of the East. Don't talk to me about Detroit, man. Detroit still don't have that playoff experience. That playoff experience they had, that was 1 year. That was last year, which they got eliminated by the Knicks. Now the Knicks are even stronger. Even stronger. Remember, we got Landry Shamet. We got Deuce McBride. So, yo, shout out to Mike Brown and his staff. Shout out to this Knicks team. Yo, they making us New York Knicks fans proud. I like the way they moving. And, yo, tonight, I'm looking forward to them stomping out the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans, disappointment. But before I get out of here, I just wanna give y'all a song of the day. It's a new artist that goes by the name of T13. What I'm listening to is called Fake Friends Freestyle off the album New Moon. Check out T13 Fake Friends Freestyle off the album New Moon. And it's your man D.U. talking trash. Yo, I'm out. Y'all be easy. Take care. Have a good one. Eat some chocolate cake and drink some champagne for the new year. I'm out.